Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Between the Numbers Sports Podcast and Show. I'm your host, Daryl. Today, we're going to be diving into the SEC and its soft ass opening schedule. So, college football is back. Um, SEC first weekend, opening weekend is starting up here tonight, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, Arkansas is playing tonight. But I want to talk about the fact that SEC is always opening up the season with non-conference games against less challenging opponents, right? And now I know it can be a couple of reasons, right, why they're doing this. They want to make sure that they're prepared. They want to have confidence building. They want to prevent injuries. Um, you know, um, have a tune-up game, stuff like that. But some people say, well, those teams, those lesser teams, they also get paid by those big universities, and that helps them out and helps their athletic program out. But I was looking at the SEC opening schedule, and I was just like, man, this shit is comical. And you hear it a lot from other conference fans about the SEC. The S stands for soft, stuff of that nature. So I kind of want to just go over the schedule and just look at how soft it really is. Like it's a really soft schedule. So I'm gonna pull it up. Uh you probably can't see that too well. So let me move it. Let me just bring it to another page. So all right, so if y'all can see that, all right, so Arkansas opens up against Arkansas Pine Bluff tonight at 7:30. You got Missouri and Murray State. You got Oklahoma at Temple. That might be somewhat of a challenge, not too much. You got Vanderbilt at Virginia Tech. Vanderbilt Vanderbilt's gonna lose that game. Now Georgia has a tough one, right, versus Clemson. Um, two top 25 ranked teams. That's on Saturday. Uh, Tennessee has a game versus Chattanooga. I kind of can see why. That's just right down the road from them. In-state type deal. Texas has a game against Colorado State. Not necessarily a pushover, but Texas is definitely going to dominate them. Florida has a big one versus Miami. That's not by any means going to be a soft game for Florida. So kudos to them. South Carolina has Old Dominion. Old Dominion are not pushovers either, but South Carolina should be able to wrap that one up pretty nice and neat come the fourth quarter. Mississippi State has Eastern Kentucky University. That should be a blowout for Mississippi State. Alabama has Western Kentucky University. That should be a blowout for Alabama. Ole Miss has Furman. Should be a blowout for Ole Miss. Auburn has Alabama A&M. Should be a blowout for Auburn. Texas A&M is going to lose to Notre Dame. So kudos to Texas A&M opening up the game, opening up the week with a big-time opponent, a top 10 opponent in Notre Dame. Kentucky is going to be playing against Southern Miss. That's not going to be a very easy walk in the park for Kentucky. I think Kentucky should be able to win, but that's not going to be a easy game by any means necessarily for Kentucky. And then you got LSU at you got LSU at USC, and by all means, that's not going to be a easy game either. But you know, it's kind of, to me, it's like almost as if like it's just it's laughable because the last couple of seasons LSU has opened up the season versus very good, very very good competition. We opened up 2 years in a row to Florida State and we took a L. And then we opened it up versus USC this season. And then the season before Florida State, we had UCLA, right? And so I can't think of the last time LSU has opened the season versus a quote unquote cupcake team or a team that's allowing them to get in, some live game reps, right? And so Georgia playing Clemson, Texas A&M playing Notre Dame, right? Uh, these games hold real world ramifications for these teams, right? As well as LSU and USC. If Um, LSU loses this game to USC. If USC loses this game to LSU, right? If Texas A&M loses this game to Notre Dame, right off the back, that's going to put them behind the power curve, right? As far as in ranking, right? Because a lot of those teams that's ranked in front of them um, are probably not going to lose for a while, because a lot of the teams that's in SEC play a couple of cupcake teams before they get into actual conference play, right? And so uh, even at USC, right? USC is not in the SEC, but if they lose right off the back, right, they're number 23. They're probably gonna fall out of the top 25, right? Because there's teams that's right outside of the top 25 that's just kind of waiting for one of the teams that's in the top 25 to lose, so they can crawl right on into the top 25. Then again, I said I know like these teams use that soft opener for a tune-up game, revenue and attendance, right? Which I necessarily would. I mean, I guess I would, because it's the first week of the new season, so everyone wants to see their team. But I just think it's laughable. Those games, I can't even watch those type of games, right? I try to get into those games, but by the second quarter, the score is like 35-3, and you just you're yawning and you're about to go to sleep because the game's boring. I think that it should be mandatory that the big times teams like Alabama, LSU, Georgia play big versus big. Right now, again, kudos to Georgia, kudos to LSU, kudos to Texas A&M and Florida. They're playing big time opponents, right? But I think everyone in a Power Five should have to play big time opponents. You can play some of the cupcake teams in the middle of the season, and I get it, right? Those teams do need help with their athletic program, right? So you do want to help them by playing them, right? I get it. But opening up the season, the fans want to see big on big, right? We've been waiting for months and months and months, and we want to see our team get punched in the mouth. We want to see our team really be in a dogfight. I know I do, right? And so I just think it's kind of lame that a lot of these teams take the easy route and schedule these cupcake opponents. And people say that it's the schedule has been made years in advance, but I know damn well they probably can get out of some of these scheduled openings and play other big time opponents. And that's what I think college football should be about. These players are getting paid a lot of money. These coaches are getting paid a lot of money. You're getting paid a lot of money to have the best players. And these players are getting paid a lot of money because they claim or people think they're the best players. So why not put it on the line versus another good opponent? Yeah, so I just think it's laughable. A lot of these games are not even going to be worth watching besides Texas A&M versus Notre Dame. Obviously LSU at USC, Florida at Miami, right, and Georgia at Clemson, right. A lot of these other games are not even going to be worth watching. I guess if you are a fan of Alabama or other teams, you will watch your team, but you can't get on here and admit that you look forward to watching your team blow the living hell out of Forum or Temple, right? It's just not going to be a good game. I don't know. I like to be on the edge of my seat. I like the excitement that college football brings. I like the excitement of a close game, right? And I like to see two teams going back and forth. You just don't get that with some of these really soft openers that some of these SEC teams elect to play. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me know if y'all like your team opening with a soft team. Let me know if you hate how the SEC prefers to open up versus a lot of soft teams. And if your team is not a SEC team, just let me know in general what you think about your team's opening game. As always, thank you for supporting the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button so you can stay up to date on all our latest drops. And please consider leaving a like and a comment on this video. It helps a lot, helps the channel grow a whole lot on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Until next time, I'm out.